bell rings, get in the square circle, it's time. The Boxing Biz Podcast is live. Call in and state your mind, but get checked if you're stepping out of line. Jab right hand combination. We're interviewing fighters from every nation. The phone lines are busy. Have some patience. Your 3 minutes are up. No more conversations. The Boxing Biz, where we handle our business. Handle your business. We handle our business. You hear that? I don't know if y'all heard that. Let me just. That's what we're going to be talking about today. Welcome back to the Boxing Biz YouTube channel. Here with us. We're also on sound, so make sure you tune in with us, even if you can't give a visual. Shout out to all the drivers out there, whether it be truck drivers, Uber drivers, if you're out on the road. Shout out to all of y'all, man. I know sometimes on the road, all we're trying to do is kill sometimes, so kill it with me. And let's talk some boxing. Man, Teofimo Lopez. I told you guys too, man. He was hinting about him being able to have all these other options besides Haney. And it seems as though he does. I mean, it's like nothing super solid yet said, but the PBC hat at TMT Gym, you know, is a lot of indicators right now that, you know, he might be doing business with PBC. So good to hear that. I think that, you know, PBC has always been solid with their fighters and a lot of success, right? They lock them in with a lot of, like, I feel like you join PBC boxing, it's like, it's not just a purse. It's like you get locked into like a portfolio and shit, where like a financial portfolio with investments and different types of avenues within that company. So shout out to Teo. If that's what, you know, what's happening. And we'll be getting into a little bit about what he was saying as of late on live video that he was on, and kind of, you know, putting some light into some of the things that are being said and what he said, because we know Teo sometimes be saying some craziness, and you know, I don't think this is one of them. So yeah, again, shout out to everybody that's tuning in, man. Hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you like what you're listening to, man, because, you know, doesn't cost you a thing, and you help support and bring up the channel little by little. Again, this is your community as much as it is mine. And yeah, man, Ernesto Mercado had a minor training injury in camp, and he won't be fighting Moriel. I think it's the last name. I don't want to kill the name, but yeah, Ernesto Mercado has been injured and won't be able to make it to that fight against Jonathan Montreal. Yeah, so what else we got for you guys? All right, besides that, I mean, listen, we got a lot to talk about, obviously, with that. We got a good fight week this weekend with Kambosos versus my man Hitchins, and we all know that's going to be a good fight. Been a lot of shit talking, man. I don't know if you guys caught some of the video out there right now on the zone, but yeah, man, I like to see Richard Hitchins. He's in his element right now. He's in his element, and I don't know. I don't know why there's always like a rumor around Richard Hitchins that, you know, because Kambosos spoke on it, saying that he had some people, you know, reaching out to him through the DM, saying that, like, you know, to beat him up. That, you know, some of the people there in America don't really like Richard Hitchins. Some of the peers, right? Some of the boxers that are out here. So Kambosos ain't want to say no names, but I'm like, come on, man. Like, who could it have been, right? But way to stir the pot. And I don't even know, man. Richard is a pretty cool guy. I don't know if anybody really wouldn't like him. I don't know. I mean, you're going to be a little arrogant in the sport regardless. You know what I mean? Doesn't matter. You know, whether you're humble or not, you're going to be a little arrogant. And it's about time he was a little more arrogant. All right, so let me actually just start with the some of the stuff that Teofimo Lopez said, and I should share the screen with you guys so you can see the visual. He was taking a drive, did all this while he was driving, and swear to gosh, the whole time I thought he was a passenger. He was eating peanuts and shit. I'm like, damn, he pulled the knee maneuver. I know a lot of us are famous for hitting the steering wheel, holding the steering wheel with the knee. That's the only thing I could think of. But yeah, I'm just gonna share real quick. All right, here we go. And for those that don't, are not gonna be able to see, obviously on our sound, I'm putting up a interview right now with Teofimo Lopez in the car. He was driving, which for a long time I didn't think he was, but he's driving. All right, let's get it.
It's a good question. So, am I taking the winner of Tank and Lamont Roach? It's a good question. I'm gonna keep it as a question.
So you see, right, already he has, and this is obviously comments and questions and statements coming out of the chat, right, on the live that he's on. But as you can see, he's being real cryptic on the way he's answering these questions. If you really look at the way he's responding, he's like, he's trying to keep everybody in an air of suspense. But seems as though an option with Lamont Jr. or Tank likely is going to be a very good possibility that can be made. And, obviously Lamont and Tank have to handle business. And, it's just a matter of also what the public wants to see, obviously. But he's hinting at that. And he's going to hint some more on some other things.
I don't like what's going on with Ice. That ain't right. I'll be real with y'all. That shit ain't right. That's really messed up. Not good. Not a good look on the POTUS. And,
Yeah, right now he's talking about ICE and all the stuff that's going on around the country. It's been real savage out here in the East Coast too, with with all the stuff, all the pickups, and a lot of enforcement going on. And they actually had locked up our neighboring town's mayor from Newark, and it got a little crazy over there, man. Had a whole bunch of protesting and things like that.
I think that the Latin community, Mexicans, everyone, shit, majority of the food a lot of Americans eat is Mexican food. So it's not that I don't want to fight Haney, guys.
There he goes.
Alright, I think I'm gonna publicly announce it right now, okay? And this is not talking bad on Turkey Al-Sheikh. It's not talking bad on any of the guys that was part of the deal. However,
you see how my man Teo now is tiptoeing, right? You don't want to be messing with Turk, man. He's definitely the one that put a little more spin on the game right now, and definitely doesn't want to mess up that bag or have any bad, any bad ill feelings by anybody like that in the game, man. And you could tell now that he's really tiptoeing around everything. I wonder what that meant anyway, because somebody has said that had homophobic tendencies or whatever, but it could have been just him being stupid, and who knows what inside jokes they might have been talking about. But yeah, he's tiptoeing a lot Which I don't know if that's bad. Some of y'all looking at it like, oh, he punking him, but I mean, come on.
Listen, I don't mind fighting anyone they put in front of me. However, I am a prize fighter. I am a person that is about principles. Sella and I, we signed fight 2 and 3 contract with X amount of dollars. And when it came to, before we actually signed the fight with Barboza, my team and I and my lawyers, we all came to an agreement for fight 2 and 3 being signed before we did fight 1.
Damn, so the deal was you got to have fight 2 and 3 signed before 1 goes down. That's crazy. That's crazy work right there. How does that even work? It's like whoever they put in front of you in fight 1, you got to win. It's crazy. All right, so let's see what's going on here.
Okay, now, with that being said, we successfully did fight 1, which was against Barboza. Fight 2 includes, and I quote, Jerron Boots Ennis or any other fighter that is in that high calibrated level, meaning
David Haney,
Rolando Romero, anyone that you guys want to see us face against. That was fight 2. That was signed and sealed with X amount of dollars that I will not express here. There's none of your damn business.
Damn, he must have been getting paid a good amount of money, right? For him not to mention it.
When we came to fight 2, they Sella and Riyadh and all this said, we're not going to pay you what we agreed on.
We're not going to pay you. That's where it starts. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all, man. That's where it starts. You know, they agree to disagree to not agree. Sorry about that.
For August. So there you have it. And the fact that they publicly announced the fight before I even signed the damn deal. Like, couldn't they just wait? I felt like part of me feels like I got kind of like jobbed in the sense of like, was the Boost fight even something that was happening or not? Was it or not? You know, or was this all a scheme to just?
Damn. So before he even took a look, they announced the fight. That's what I'm saying, man. It's fast plays going on in here.
Put Haney in front of me because, you know, Haney's and Garcia messed up the bags for a rematch. Haney looked poor.
Yo.
In his skill set, he looked poor. You know, he looked poor. His skill sets was shit. He didn't fight. He had a low punch count. I think they said one of the lowest punch counts in the 12.
I mean, he's not saying anything that's right that ain't right. Shit is facts. You know? I don't know why you know, people giving him slack on that. You know, all the shit he's saying is true.
Round fight. Alongside with Shakur Stevenson. Ryan Garcia was injured going against Rolly. And he looked like doo-doo. I was the only one that performed and executed and tried to make everyone, excited. Just to come.
I tell you, man. So, yeah, man, shout out to everybody that's tuning in. Shout out to Scant Rants. My brother says, Brother Doomsday, I wish you put hands on Gibbs. Yeah. Oh, man, that's hilarious. I don't know, man. A border wars matchup. Oh man, shout out to Scan Rants tapping in. We're talking Teofimo Lopez possibly signing with PBC. Can it be something that he's signing to, or maybe working out a fight deal with them? Whatever it may be, a lot of things are indicating that yes, Teofimo Lopez is with PBC, or at least is wanting to negotiate with a PBC, and obviously we won't really know, right? We won't really know until more breaking news, more breaks through with the actual reality of what this is. Then again, with the Haney fight, obviously we had already spoken about that. Also, it's not that he doesn't want to have a fight with him. It's just that it's looking like it's not really something that was deemed to be in his, not even on his side, but to be an even playing field. Looks like Teofimo feels that things are kind of like being put in play to benefit Haney. And I mean, this game is crazy, right? Everybody's always trying to get an advantage, and at the end of the day, just like the hydration clauses and all these other contractual advantages, they could put the fighter in a bad position. All this stuff matters, man. That's why you can't really be crashing down too quick on fighters, as Teo is playing chess, not checkers. And we'll see if he gets a type of fight like the one, the winner of Lamont and Davis. That fight will really, I mean, that's a money fight, right? That's a real money fight. And excuse me, got that lemon fresh water. Man, lemon water hits different. Yeah, so truth be told, Teofimo Lopez, right, is hinting at being being in the same field as PBC. Give me a second, guys. I'm trying to see if I pull up this invite link. I'm going to copy the link and post right here on the chat. And anyone that wants to tap in, more than welcome to go ahead and tap in. Teofimo Lopez, PBC. What do you guys think about this? What is really the intent, right? There's always an intent sometimes when these guys are speaking out here. We can't really take everything literal, right? But it's just too many indicators right now. TMT training, mentions of fights with Lamont and Tank. It's looking like there is something cooking. Let's see if we get to and shout out to our Facebook family too, man. Shout out to the whole Facebook crew. All right. Let's get into this, a little bit about the Kambosos and Richard Hitchins fight, man. We didn't get too much action yesterday on it. We had a few people. They actually wow. Got a call coming in and I have no clue who it is. Gonna have to just wait and see. All right. Yeah, we didn't get too much play, man, on Kambosos and Richard Hitchins. I figured we'd come back to that, and I don't know if we're gonna talk too much about Ernesto Mercado's injury. Obviously, it's an injury that occurred in training camp. Nothing too crazy. We'll know more about what type of injury it is. Some of the injuries that you catch in the gym, man, it's some of them can be really bad. They put it in the article, in the Ring Magazine article, I think it was, or Boxing Scene. They put it in a way where, it was subtle. It didn't seem like it was something that was going to be serious. So I didn't really, think too much of it. If it would have been, some crazy injury. I mean, I don't know. Injuries in the gym, like I said, they could be levels to it, right? It could be a hand injury. You could have had a slip, maybe a shoulder injury. I know shoulder injuries suck in boxing. You can't throw punches without your shoulders, that's for sure. But, we wish him a speedy recovery. And, let's go back to Hitchins and Kambosos. And apologies for the title. The title, it should have been Hitchinson, and they have it as Hutchinson. Who the hell did they think they was talking about? All right, so that's funny. All right. Let's see. All right. I had to change that live, because if not, it would have bothered me the whole time, obviously. Okay. Yeah. Well, Facebook family, I'm not going to be able to do it for y'all. All right? All right. Okay. Producer is handling business. All right. I'll worry about that later, guys. Apologies again for that. I know I was going to be looking at Hutchinson versus Kambosos the whole time, but it's Hitchinson, all right? Coach Rivera says he is an idiot. Wait, who's an idiot? Who's an idiot? What are you talking about? Teo? Who are you talking about, champ? He said, Coach Rivera says he is an idiot. Damn, Teo. And what's up, man? What's your beef with Teo? I want to get all the Teo hatred out of your hearts this morning, all right? I want everybody to come on. Tell everybody to come on right now. Hit me on the chat. Hit the StreamYard link on the chat if you want to. I want to hear why y'all hate Teofimo Lopez so much. You got to understand, this is one of my paisans, right? He's Honduran. I'm Honduran. Kid knows how to fight. I've been rooting for him for a long time. I want to know what's all the hate. Why? Fill me in on. And obviously, there's some things that are just dumb, like when he throws up out of his mouth. I don't even understand. I honestly think sometimes some of this shit is AI because it just doesn't match the character. I just don't get it. It's just, and I don't know if he just doesn't say it isn't because he's benefiting from the attention, because like they say in entertainment or business, entertainment, not business, but business entertainment, there's no bad press, right? But yeah, so Coach Rivera is saying he's gonna come out and just say it. Why? He says Teo, he's an idiot and flat out racist and a flat out racist. Oh, racist. Oh shit. Saying ESPN can stay with the black. Okay. Acting like he sent the watermelon and banana to Keyshawn. Okay. Talking down Puerto Rican to avoid Matias. Talking down Puerto Rican to avoid Matias. I didn't even know about that one. What do you mean talking down Puerto Rican to... He was talking down on Puerto Ricans? What you talking about, man? Didn't he grow up in Brooklyn? Man, Puerto Ricans everywhere in New York. Thought he was good. He was good in Brooklyn. Good in New York. Come on, champion. He said the so-called liquor, but we know what he said. Damn, you're gonna have to call in, dog. Call into the Discord. I'm actually, you know what? I should put up the Discord now, and give you guys the opportunity, I guess, to tap in through the Discord, and we could go ahead and bring you guys on. But I don't remember. He said the so-called liquor. Coach Rivera says saying that Puerto Rican are soft, not good fighters. Hey yo, you gotta tell. Either you're like overdoing it, or I just haven't heard. When did he say that? When did Teo say that Puerto Ricans are soft, not good fighters? Damn, nah, champ. See, some of this stuff I haven't even heard. I mean, maybe I don't, I don't got the the ear to the ground, so to speak, right? But that's crazy. Shout out to Coach Rivera though, man. This is nuts though. Saying that Puerto Rico soft, not good fighters. I don't know. Again, I gotta listen to that one. I haven't heard that one, but it's just crazy some of the stuff that he says, and I just don't know why he says some things. I don't know why he's doing these things. I don't know if he's taking it as like, he's he can get attention being the bad guy, right? Now that nobody has accepted him as a superhero, And there's many ways to market yourself. I mean, look, Floyd was everybody didn't like Floyd. Obviously, Floyd's flavor was different than Theo's. But what I mean to say, you could play the bad guy. Sometimes playing the bad guy is probably the best thing you can do. Doesn't make it right, Doesn't, some of the dumb shit that, he's been caught out there saying. And like I said, some of the shit I'm just like, yo. I was talking to my lady. I'm like, yo, maybe some of that shit is just some AI shit. Because you'd be amazed what you could do with AI now. Fucking, put your voice on anybody. On a lion, anything you want. The shit's nuts, man. Everything's crazy nowadays. Coach Rivera says, I'm going to collect all the video and I'll send to you. Damn, let me see that, man. I think I'm going to, if I get as many videos and like, if people could point out how many times Teofimo, I could probably put a compilation together and I'll see if this is like unredeemable. I think that, again, Teofimo, great fighter, great skills. And I think for the most part, a good kid, just, growing in the limelight sort of thing. And this game is crazy, right? Shout out to Carlos Cruz Castillo. Says, Teo never said that. Teo was exclusively referring to Subriel, which are just facts. He made a video rectifying what he said. That's what I'm saying, you see? I was taking Coach Rivera's word for it at the solid. But Castillo came through and put some light on that. And obviously, news is constantly changing out here, man. You know what I mean? Sometimes you might be listening to something happen now, and then later on in the night, you could be enemies right now and then best friends later. You know what I mean? This is the way this shit works. Shout out to Carlos. But Teofimo Lopez, again, PBC, Lamont Roach, Tank, possible opponent. This is the type of talk that's coming out of Teo's mouth right now, and I'm trying to believe that this is not a play. You know what I mean? I think that him being fired from that side over there, getting fired by a Turk and all this other stuff, I think it's all a play, man. And he's really gonna be in business with PBC and do some good fights out there. I'll be honest with you, I'd love to see a Teofimo Lopez versus Tank fight. That'll be amazing. I like that fight too because honestly, man, I feel like, up until my man Lamont Roach stepped in, I think that Tank had problems fighting smaller guys, right? And I'm pretty sure Teo's still the bigger guy, but Teo's short, you know what I'm saying? And he's got way more skills than Pitbull. So I'm seeing like a fight that's really going to put Tank to a serious challenge. I've been seeing Tank lately working out too, man. I don't know if y'all been seeing him. He's doing the most right now. Doing a lot. And he's looking good too. So I don't know, man. Lamont, I hope Lamont's able to put on a good performance and not get knocked out. Cause that's it right there. If Lamont pulls this off, it's over. That's it. He solidifies himself in a real way. He's gonna be able to get a few fights. He's gonna have good positioning, but just all that mentioning, right? I'm mentioning Tank because Tank, whoever wins, whether it be Lamont Roach or Tank, he can be the one. he can be the one that'll be in that position to fight these guys in PBC. And PBC pays good. You know, I know Turk is handing out the real bags, but when I say real bags, I mean the big bags, right? That was the rumor in the town. But PBC pays good. Teofimo could slip in there, and he don't got to sign with them for any long term. He could sign for like a 2-fight deal, 3-fight deal, whatever. I think he just has to pay Top Rank, I guess, promotional rights or whatever it is. And he has to pay them. A shout out to Coach Rivera. I think he just sent me those videos too, bro. Might have to throw them shits on the live. Coach Rivera wasn't playing. I mean, look, if you find them, I'm gonna play him. Oh snap! Damn. Shout out to Coach Rivera, man. He definitely. I'm already seeing. I just saw the picture of the video that he sent, and I'm like, oh, I think I do remember this, which is pretty freaking. You know, I guess it's pretty messed up, right? But I think he was more referring to Subriel himself. I don't think he was talking about Puerto Rican fighters, period. But I don't know. I haven't played it yet. Obviously, I'm going to play it, and we'll see, right? If he's really if he really said that the Puerto Rican fighters are soft. I want to see how many strikes I get here before before the show's done in a couple, right? And when I say a couple, I'm going to be on here for a little bit, but I just want to see how many negative shots I get here. I mean, that along with any racist shit will get you in the bad position, right? But I'm gonna try to see if I can play it. I would like to play it live. You guys be sending me when they send me a video. It's like you send me a video, then I gotta go from TikTok to Won't Stop. IG. It's got like. Let's see if I can still get it. I probably can. Let's see. Man, you're going into, okay. I don't even know where I'm going. Okay. All right. So maybe I can't play it. All right. I think I can play it. So I will play it. Coach Rivera sent the video saying that Teofimo Lopez said that Puerto Rican fighters are soft. I'm saying he didn't, but he sent me a video, so I guess I'm gonna be looking at something that I should have either remembered or saw. Yeah. So let's just play it, right? We're gonna put some sound on it, and y'all gotta watch out, man, because you know how it is now, man. It's AI, so I'm going to be looking at this video, right, because this is a TikTok video. And sometimes they put that fake voice. They change the mouth and everything, man. This shit crazy out here. So you got to just take everything with a grain of salt, bro, because just like that, they could fool you, right? But let's just tap in and see what it is.
No one knew about him until he started calling me out. He just do the facts. You know, he could be an IBF world champion, but he's the most softest fighter in the division. Why I say that? Because he's one-dimensional to the point where Puerto Ricans, man, I tear they butt up. Puerto Ricans are easy to beat, and I don't care if the Puerto Ricans feel some type of way. Put them in front of me, we beat them.
Damn. So wait a minute. Hold on.
Sabril Matias.
Hold on. So what did you get from that, though? Shout out to everybody tuning in, man. Make sure you sharing the program. Make sure you're hitting the like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you want to know when we're going on. Appreciate y'all, man, tapping in. And we're talking Teo right now, man. Teo right now is the topic, bro. It's a lot of stuff going on around Teo right now, and might be with PBC, and might be doing business with them. Now I'm taking in a lot of the shots from the listeners right now. I'm sticking up for Teo, right? I feel like he's a good dude. I feel like he's just a little misunderstood, or he's just, threw up out the mouth a little bit too many times. But I don't know. He's always getting the heat. He's like the bad guy. Is he playing this bad guy, or is he the bad guy? We don't even know, right? Let's put up some of these comments up, man. Who we got? Yeah, he got Coach Rivera had said he talks about Matias, but then goes in and talk about the Puerto Rican. Carlos says, I am proudly Garifuna, and it irritates me to the bone, all the hate growing around Teo. Shout out to you, man. I'm Honduran, you already know. Garifuna is, native people in Honduras from the island, from the La Costa. Shout out to Coach Rivera. Comes back. Listen to the end. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. We got to see how we interpret this, right? We can't interpret this with too much emotion, right? Remember, Teo's still learning how to really, 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 really talk in front of that mic. He's gotten a lot better. Just a little crazy. He got better, but with that better came a little bit of crazy with it. And we're just seeing this guy develop, right? My man Dio says Teo is a glorified B-level champ. Dio, how do you even say that? See, we already know Dio is one of the ones that really don't like Teo. We already know you don't like Teo. The fact that you called him a B-level champion, go look at the resume, champ. What are you talking about, man? You're crazy right now, B-level. That's A-level, bro. This guy's done everything. And he hits a flip every time. Y'all are mad. Coach Rivera says, okay, he was talking about Matias, but then he generalized about Puerto Ricans saying they are easy. Okay. All right, you caught it. You went ahead of it before I got on you right now, because that's what I was going to say. And I'll play it again.
I about him until he started calling me out. He just do the facts. He could be an IBF world champion, but he's the most softest fighter in the division.
He's the most softest fighter in the division. And I bet Teofimo Lopez was probably trying to say the easiest in the division. But he got all emotional. Look at his face, bro. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes, you can't control your emotions with your mouth at the same time, and a bunch of blurp shit comes out. But I know Subriel ain't soft. We all know that Subriel Matias ain't soft, man. That motherfucker, he's a puncher. He's definitely a puncher. I just think Teofimo just handled him, bro. No problem, And I think he was just putting the emphasis on that in this clip, right? But let's continue.
Why I say that? Because he's one-dimensional to the point where Puerto Ricans, man, I tear they.
So all right.
Tear they butt up. When Puerto Ricans, man, I tear they butt up. Why I say that? Because he's one-dimensional to the point where Puerto Ricans, man, I tear they butt up. Puerto Ricans are easy to beat, and I don't care if the Puerto Ricans feel some type of way. Put them in front of me, we beat them.
I guess. Look, I'm not trying to be a Teo saver, right? But it's just facts, right? He's saying that Puerto Ricans are easy, right? I don't think he was referring so much as for the culture or for the Puerto Rican fighters themselves. It's the style. I think it's the style that he's talking about. It's like, I fight Mexicans, and, Mexican style goes along with that. So it's like, Mexican. All right, so it's Mexican style, You got the Black American style, you know what I mean? You got a bunch of, the thing is people get real touchy, right? Obviously, when you're talking about different razas and everything else. But I don't think he meant the Puerto Ricans themselves. It's the Puerto Rican style, right? Or the style. I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments, right? What y'all think. I'm thinking that's what it is. Coach Rivera says, okay. No, he actually read that one. My man Omar Gonzalez says, Ice Cube coming for me. What you mean, Cube? That's an Ice Cube, right? What you mean, Ice Cube coming for me, champ? What you mean, champy? Shout out to Bang Mateo in the building. Bang Mateo says, "What up, cheer? What up, homie? We're here talking this Teo, man. There's a lot of Teo haters, bro, and a lot of channels that I be listening to, man. Y'all be supporting this Teo hate hard. Some of y'all be really riding it crazy. Some of y'all be really riding this. Yo, there's some of y'all out here talking real crazy about Teo, bro. Y'all really hating on the guy that's always been, stepping up to the plate. Again, I don't know. I don't put too much. I don't put too much stake on the dumb shit that he be saying. Some of it, I really think that shit is fucking AI. I'll keep saying it. Living in a crazy time, bro. Coach Rivera says Teo is good. I don't deny that, but the shit that he talk gets anyone sick. Yeah, you know what, man? I'm not. See, the thing is, I don't want anybody to think that I don't think that some of the shit that he said is wrong. Ain't wrong. It's wrong. I'm just saying that, like, I'm looking at somebody that was going, like, I'm looking at the overall picture of Teo, what he been going through, and the things that have happened. And like, just who he is, too. And like, there's a lot of shit that goes on with these fighters, bro. Look at Keyshawn Davis, man. Well put together young man. Crashed out. I don't know. It happens, bro. It just happens. You do dumb shit. You say some shit. And then, people, you got to live. You got to be able to live in front of the light. And that's what's going on. But no way Teo be getting all this hate to the point where y'all stop forgetting of what he's done and how he steps up to the plate. You know what I mean? Look at my man Arnold Barboza. He was talking mad shit. Oh, you've been babied in. Blah, blah, blah. You had this. Couldn't touch him. Couldn't touch Teo. You had Terrence and Shakur on the side, right? Rooting for Barboza. You got a lot of people to be hating on Teo, man. I don't know why. And I don't know what type of hate it is. Honestly, I just don't know. You know what I mean? Because these guys, especially with some of these guys that he was in the Olympic, in the trials and all that with. Shout out to HLD with the triple P sign. Shout out to Omar Gonzalez, Triple G to GOAT. Oh, damn. Omar Gonzalez, Ice. Yeah, my bad, bro. Shit, I should have caught that one. Yeah, Ice out here really icing motherfuckers, bro. Ice is crazy out here right now, man. You got to watch it, bro. You got to hit the tuck and roll like. Just hit the tuck and roll, bro. Dive right into the crib. And, but all jokes aside, yeah, it's gotten crazy across the country, actually. HLD says, only new age sensitive Ricans, all in their feelings, go get your eyebrows done and chill. Damn. HLD with the motherfucking ponche to the gut. Bang Mateo says boxing has a lot of tribalism, and to be honest, to the haters, Teo is the wrong shade complexion, and he's same type of hate as Canelo Lomachenko and Ryan Garcia. Wow, starting to get really real right now. It's starting to get really real. So I gotta just adjust. My bad, y'all. I was tapping in right now on the IG. Shout out to the IG family too. What we got going here? Bang Mateo, bro. Listen, you're not lying, right? Because there is a lot of that. As much as we don't want to include race is there. All right? It is what it is. It's just that, think of it like this. Like, I'm glad that we're living in times where, like, the different little tribes can actually be together, live together, That's what it is, though. It's just little tribes. You know what I mean? But it only becomes, I guess. And again, I'm not talking about what Tio has said. He said some dumb shit, right? So yeah, rightfully so. People calling it racist because it is, and there's no excuse for it. But there's also a lot of people within the boxing community, peers, fighters that know him, that know that he's not. But is there favoritism? Of course, there's favoritism in the boxing game, depending on what position you're in and who you got and what fighter and what camps. There's a lot of relationships, right, in this game, and depending on where you stand within those relationships, it will or will not benefit you. It's just the way it is, right? Yeah, shout out to Bang Mateo. Yeah, I got you on that one, brother. Carlos Paguada in the building, says Teofimo. Muscle emoji. Bandera de Honduras with the glove emoji. That's right, bro. We got to just, and listen, man, y'all keep forgetting. Yo, Teofimo Lopez is a New York representative. Yeah, he lived in Florida for a little bit or had training down there and whatnot, but come on, he from Brooklyn, bro. That's where he's from. He should be getting all the love and support. And I think these beefs, is just along more with the actual fighters. Be honest with you. Hold on.
But he is. No one knew about him until he started calling me out. It's just due to facts. He could be an IBF world champion, but he's the most softest fighter in the division. Why I say that? Because he's one-dimensional to the point where Puerto Ricans, man, I tear they butt up. Puerto Ricans are easy to beat. And I don't care if the Puerto Ricans feel some type of way. Put them in front of me, we beat them.
Yeah. I don't think I'm going to take too much stake on that. I think he was just talking shit. Sobre Matias. He was talking more about style than anything else. But, out of curiosity, right, talking about the Puerto Rican style, right, Prime Teofimo Lopez versus, let's see who's a prime Puerto Rican fighter from back in the day. I mean, Cotto, I think Cotto was at 147, so I guess he would have to go up there. He was, I think Cotto or Teofimo. Who you got on that? Teofimo versus Tank at 140 would be legit. Yeah, Tank goes up to 140. Definitely legit. And I think the Tank would benefit too, I think Tank will be good. Bang Mateo says the LDBC started all of this hate to other races. Yeah. I mean, look, man, we all know that who are the ones that spread, and talk more and build more off of that. I don't like, that's spreading, look, again, got people who really know Tio and know, what it is, know that he ain't no racist. They've said it themselves. But the media is going to pick it up and try to, make the most of it. Obviously, to the point where, things shift and there you go. He's plaqued as a racist dude. And, negative or not negative, it's still attention. But who wants that type of fucking attention? It's fucked up. Coach Rivera says Keyshawn is another idiot and he should get arrested. Yo, Coach Rivera came out swinging today. This is the after lunch with the Boxing Biz here with the whole crew. And you got my man, Coach Rivera, lashing out right now. I don't think they packed my man, Coach Rivera, a lunch today. He said Keyshawn is another idiot. He should get arrested. I don't know about being arrested, bro, because like I said, from what we've been hearing and the videos that we've been seeing, I think that Keyshawn kind of just put his head on Nahir's head, just kind of brought him in on some, football type shit, when you're out in the field or whatever, you knock helmets. But yeah, I don't think it was nothing where they actually beat him up. I think they just kind of ran down on him. And Nahir, he got a little startled, but he was ready to shoot. He said he was ready. He was ready to start, getting into round 13, but none of that happened. And again, I'm just feeling like, you got two brothers that just passed by the locker, and heard the celebration and shit on the back of their brother. So I could imagine. I don't know if arrested. I think if he would have went a little harder, yeah, they would have like really jumped him, like started punching on them and like hit him with a chair or something. That would have been crazy. Tycho TV in the building. Salute emoji. Yeah. Salute to you, Tycho. My man Tycho with the motherfucking with the avatar, with the DEA knock. Call him knock. Coach Rivera says Verdejo got what he deserved. Oh, Verdejo, damn, yeah. Yeah, that was bad. See, that's a whole nother case though. That's wild. Whoever thought Verdejo would have ended up in that position, man. Man, a kid that had so much potential, and like, I mean, your name is El Diamante, like, you know what I'm saying? It's a tragedy. It's a tragedy right there, Coach Rivera. Bang Mateo, we know what type of hate it is, bro. Let's keep it a stacky. Keep it a stacky. Yeah. They be hating, or you be hating. Everybody be hating. If you do wrong, you should pay. Yeah, absolutely. My man SG in the building. All right. What fan base hates on Lomachenko? Think about it. I have no idea who would hate on Lomachenko. I don't think Lomachenko's... I mean, you probably might find a video or two of Lomachenko probably saying some dumb shit, or maybe them doing some dumb shit. I know that camp did something. Not sure what it is, but I'm pretty sure that was an incident that happened to Lomachenko camp. SG in the building says, bro, Loma was literally manufactured to be great. Got a title shot 2 fights in. Bro, I mean, what could you say now? Retired 18-3. 18-3. You hear? You guys listen to what I'm saying? That's how many fights Lomachenko had. Lomachenko had a gabillion fights prior to that, bro. You know what it is to fight 300 amateur fights? Think about 300 times you walked out of your house and you got into a 9-minute fight. 300 times. Use your calculators, bro. Ain't no manufacturing going on over here. Come on, champ. They had him on a fast track. You could either go on the cross country train, or you could just hop on the bullet train. You know what I mean? That shit that'll take you from Portugal to Germany in 2 seconds. But yeah, they had him on the fast track. And he lost to Orlando Salido. As crazy as it is like Orlando Salido gets to like be like, yo, I'm that guy who stopped him first. Nobody saw Orlando Salido stopping Lomachenko, but it happened, man. It happened. And honestly, Devin, ain't a bad loss either. And you got Teofimo. Did it in 18 fights. Did all that in 18 fights. Hella fights. SG said, who hates him? I remembered him being cheered versus Haney. People threw bottles at the Haneys and cheered for Loma. Might be true on that one, champion. I see your IP. What up, my brothers? Or what up, my liquors? Hey, yo, my man, I see your IP, bro. Yo, that fucking emoji avatar crazy. That shit, yo, I don't even know how people do that. Pop their eyes out of their freaking eye sockets. Y'all ever see that shit? The fucking eyes, they can just pop their eyes out. They look like bulbs coming out of their eyes. It's just nuts. HLD says, Tio said all that about Matias, and what happened next? Matias ducked Tio, ran to Eddie Hearn, and decided to fight Paro in La Isla and got embarrassed. Yeah, he got embarrassed. Fucking Liam Paro. He got embarrassed. Wasn't it my man Richard Hitchins, right? Took care of business. Nah, man. Teofimo Lopez, again, got a lot of indicators that he's now with PBC. And, at least, at the very least, talking business with them and making it subtly known to the public, right? He gets fired. He seems very happy and chipper. Already had mentioned fights with Tank. Come on, we knew this was coming. Shout out to Mass Skeptical. My man Mass Skeptical, what are they talking about? He got robbed 3 times in his career. His career was sabotaged from the beginning. They battling right now in the chat. I'm going to have to put that shit up. Matter of fact, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it up on the stream. Where's it at? Because y'all are really getting it in right now in the chat, man. Shit. Where is the... Okay, I think it's the style. Yeah, it is the style. Wow, I guess I can't put it on now. Thought I could put it on right now. Probably not then. All right, I thought I was gonna be able to put y'all's chat up on the. Matter of fact, I probably can. You know what? I'm gonna try this shit right now with y'all right now. I'm gonna have the chat live. How about that? The chat jumping right now. All right, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the chat on the side for you. Shout out to everybody tuning in, man. We got the chatty patty jumping. And we're talking Teofimo Lopez, indicating, throwing little hints out there. He's with PBC. He's got a lot of, he's got a lot of confidence. Getting fired from out there from Turkey Al Sheikh, nothing happening. Acting like nothing happened. Even had to make an apology happen because you don't want to be messing around with the big bag, right? The motherfucking boss. And shout out to Dana White too. Again, man, he's covering Terrence Crawford versus Canelo. He's gonna be promoting the fight, should I say? And he's gonna promote the shit out of that shit. He actually took out one of his events that were gonna be on that same date from the UFC. I think some UFC en Español event. He actually took it down so that it wouldn't compete with the Canelo and Crawford fight, which makes you understand how much invested, how much he is invested, Dana White, in promoting this fight. To just kind of take down one of the shows. I mean, he probably moved it to the following week, but lets you just kind of see that he is serious about promoting this fight and making sure that the numbers that he garners from his promotional abilities are actually showing. Which I think, again, Dana's definitely going to show his worth in promoting that fight. Fight's going to be huge anyway, so it's crazy that Dana White's getting an opportunity to jump into this and just promote, being as though that, I guess the last fight promoted by Dana was probably the Conor McGregor fight. But now jumping right back into a huge fight. And obviously, I like all that stuff he got going on with TKO Boxing. I'm excited to actually see that, man. I like it. Again, UFC has a good model. I mean, we could sit here and talk shit about the way they pay. And if we agree or disagree and how and bonuses here and there. I mean, there's just so many ways to get paid with the UFC. But what I like is that they give more opportunities to more people, I feel. As simple as that, right? It's just going to be a lot more people that are going to be able to come in and participate and earn a living as a boxer. And it might not be millions, but, they'll be earning thousands and thousands of dollars that otherwise wouldn't be earned. They'd be having to pay to go fight. Some of these guys, they got to go pay to fight in a show. This is the unheard and unspoken, conversation that people don't really like to talk about, and how do you come up as a fighter? Bro, if you don't have a team, it's hard to do it, man. If you don't have the resources, obviously, right? And even if you have the resources, you can't do it alone. You can't train yourself. You can't manage it. Well, you could probably manage yourself, but you wouldn't be worrying about just fighting. But it's coming up. It's not easy. It's not easy. Definitely not easy. Shout out to Carlos Cruz Castillo. Says it's crazy how none said anything when Magdaleno said Honduras were bad at soccer and boxing. No one came at him for saying that. Instead, they celebrated. Says something and everything is racist. Yeah, man. There's different beefs too, man. You got to understand, there's different, cultural beefs, they've been standing for so many years and based off of crazy shit, soccer games and all types of freaking, So it's yeah. And and going to what Carlos said, Honduras is a very small country. I think New Jersey might be bigger than Honduras, if I'm not mistaken. So, it's the little guy gets picked on and nothing really happens and shit, right? HLD says Loma beat a prime Gary Russell in his third fight. That's not manufactured. Keyshawn Davis is a manufactured champion, fighting only old washed pigeons. And a Dollar Tree version Loma for a belt. Damn. Okay, HLD. I thought I caught that late in the combo. That was the second to last. Champ came in swinging. Said, yo.
Fatality.
Hit him with the fatal. Keyshawn Davis is a manufactured champ. Man, when you start thinking about it, man, everybody manufactured, man. Come on. You know what I mean? All these guys are manufactured, man. Everybody's got a road to glory. Everybody's got their own trajectory. Everybody's got their own agenda. Especially if you're part of the promotion, obviously. My man SG says, a lot of great in-house potential PBC fights for Teo. And I totally agree with my man SG. A lot of fights. A lot of good fights. And I mean, just mentioning Tank and Lamont to me is already okay. I could definitely take a Teofimo Tank fight. It's a lot of money. That's big money fight too. What do you guys think about a Tank Teo fight? Seriously, man. What's the bigger fight, right? What's the bigger fight? Teo Tank, Teo Shakur Stevenson. And now, obviously, Keyshawn Davis is going to be moving up to 140. But, Tank again, he would have to be moving up. And, when guys that are doing very well and they start to move up in weight divisions, man, there's so much to consider. And I was talking about this a little while ago, man. You got to watch because just like Canelo and Terrence Crawford, when you go up in weight, right, like my man Terrence, like Tanks also would be going, as you go up in weight, you're going to be carrying more weight. You're not going to be as fast. I mean, to really go in there and really feel like you're at home takes a long time. A lot of adaptations that you have to make. And, sometimes certain things won't carry. And you might think that you're going to be still that faster guy, and you're not. You'll get tired just as much as the other guy, but it's just that the other guy's been carrying that weight a lot longer than you. And it shows the difference. It really shows the difference. Shout out to SG. Came through again. My man Matt Skeptical says, Let's see. Loma fight. Teo Tank, at least 700K pay-per-views. Teo Tank. All right, so then I agree. I mean, I think Teo, for as much shit that Teo's in, at times this shit with everybody, man, he pulls numbers, bro, and people either want to see him win or really see him lose. So, both of those bring in money, bring in the numbers, and I think Teo does that more. Teo does that more with Tank than any of the other fighters. I mean, Shakur Stevenson again, bro, like one of the best fighters out here. Technically super technical. I mean, again, Shakur Stevenson is the guy that you hate to fight because you can't hit him and he's hitting you. That's the worst. That's the worst, man. Because as the rounds drag on, you just start to feel really bad about yourself. And that's what happens to a lot of these guys, man, when they start to get into the late rounds with Shakur Stevenson or, somebody like Floyd, as the rounds come along, you're just getting frustrated. And by then you're taking risks that you shouldn't be taking and you're getting blasted, and, but that's a patient fight, it's a patient fight that you have to have, as a Shakur Stevenson, right? And, it's not his fault, and it's a very, very good style and very effective. But Teofimo Lopez and Tank, then we're talking about maybe some knockouts, happening. You think of a more explosive fight when you think Teo and Tank. Teo and Tank does numbers. Teo and Tank does huge numbers. Teo said he would definitely go back to 135 for Tank. I don't know about 140. Yeah, I mean, going back to 135. I mean, you got all these guys trying to be great, man. I just don't know, man. Some people are just either not confident, or they just, they scared to lose. They're scared to take that extra risk, right? And, because Tank could easily move up to 140. Why not? I heard he'd be knocking out guys that are, middleweights and even as far as light heavyweights. So I don't see why 140 would be too bad for him. It'd be actually good for him. He'd be like a little mini Mike Tyson. I mean, he's always been a little mini Mike Tyson. Mm-hmm. But if Tank moved up, man, move up to 140. Let's make shit happen. 135. I mean, I'll see it too. Carlos Cruz says Teo is a minority in a sport dominated by Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, Filipinos, and my brothers who we have a dark skin color. It's easy to pick on someone who has no backing or marketing. Yeah, but I think that Teo, even though you make some valid points, I think he's okay with the marketing. I think Teo's in a position where I think behind the scenes you have a lot of people that do support him now more than ever, right? Even though now, as of late, he's gotten into some bullshit, but Teofimo Lopez definitely has gotten more backing nowadays. He's in a better position. I mean, his fighting is what positions him. I think he understands now more than ever the position and the power that he's in, the power that he has in the position that he's in to make certain things happen for himself and even for others, really. SG says, what's your background, bro? First time here. SG, chill. I'm from Jersey, Champy. Background, well, I'm from Honduras, but definitely grew up out here in Jersey. Shout out to E-Town, Eastwick. Shout out to Brick City and all the neighboring towns. You already know. All right. Carlos Cruz Castillo says, Devin punched a civilian with his goons. Crawford approaches people pretending to be a gangster. Shakur pretends to be tough when he is soft. One word from Teo and Pandora's box gets open. It's exactly, bro. Yo, and the thing is that, bro, when Teofimo does something, I mean, he gets hammered for it. I'm seeing some of the other shit going on, and it's like, And this is what I'm saying. Like, I can't turn around and be like, oh, y'all should be harder on him. Because that's not what I want. Like Keyshawn Davis. Like, I don't want him to, catch any more. Thankfully, nothing happened. Nobody got hurt. He only hurt himself, obviously, with him missing weight. And, but I mean, as far as the Nahir Albright situation, he didn't have to do shit. He didn't do shit. So, he didn't have to, go to jail or do anything and, be in any situation. Turned out fine for him. It's just that now he has to live with all the bad press. Catracho, yeah, man. Straight Catracho, SG. You already know. And they've all been in some shit, bro. Even when we saw Shakur beating the shit out of somebody in that garage parking lot or whatever, he was teeing off on that dude, bro. He was aiming. He was aiming at that dude, and it looked bad, But time passed. Pretty sure nothing ended up happening to that guy. All he had was a sore ass face. Call him lumpy. He was lumped up, but nothing bad happened to him. So no tragedy. Time passed. Whatever. You get by. Just that again. Teofimo's he's that figure that I think right now he's gonna be the one talking and saying the stupid crazy shit. I don't even know what other fighter I can actually from the past that I can compare him to that that can play this type of bad guy. I'm gonna have to think about this today. There's got to be another fighter from the past that matches the level of like bad guy persona that Teo has some way, somehow, either accidentally or inadvertently or advertently, in the way he's, the way he conducts himself sometimes. And there's a lot of gameplay, obviously, with the whole business side of boxing. So I don't know, man. It gets crazy. I don't get it. All right, man. Shout out to everybody that tuned in. Well, you know what? Man, I was going to open up the Discord lines right now, but I still haven't actually set that up. Matter of fact, I think I could just put up the Discord link. Am I right or am I wrong? If you guys got Discord, obviously, I'm going to have to put up the link for you guys. Actually, I think I got an invite link that I can put up on the chat. Should have had this set up, but I did it. We're going to have to get this Discord popping, all right? Because I'm going to start using it to have calls come in. I was using Skype for a little bit, and Skype just disappeared out the map. No more Skype. Start in May. Crazy, right? No freaking Skype anymore. They tanked it. So I guess, the Boxing Biz. Just go on Discord, man, and go ahead and friend the Boxing Biz on Discord, and we'll add you on to the Discord, and I think we'll be able to take in your call that way. I was trying to put up a link now, but again, I haven't really been messing with Discord, and I'm solo dolo manolo right now. Let's see. Yeah, I think I can probably copy it. No, I can't. All right. I'm going to have to set this up for you guys another time. Well, matter of fact, copy username. Oh, shit. I think I might have it for y'all. I'm going to put the username on the chat. All right. Wow. Look at this guy. I hope this is it, too, because if not, I'll be very upset. Well, whoop-de-doo is the Boxing Biz. All right. I copy and pasted the username. So, yeah, check us out on Discord, the Boxing Biz. Again, man, I'm going to need some moderators. So if anybody's interested on maybe obtaining a moderator position, or if you're interested in maybe a wrench on the chat, I got some wrenches, man, but my wrenchies don't be on, bro. Lately, I don't know where all my wrenchies are at, bro. I handed out some wrenches and they took a lunch break, never came back to work on the car and shit. No mechanic. All these wrenches, no mechanics. So tap in with me. Tap in with me on IG too, man. IG, remember, is the Boxing Biz IG. Check us out on there. Stories, reels. We're going to be uploading some content more and more. And stay tuned too, man. Got the website in the works. Be coming to you guys live soon. And I'm excited for that, actually. It's going to look good. Well, it does look good. And we'll be rocking out with some of the things on there. What else we got here on the comments? Yeah, you know what? Ricardo Mayorga. Yeah, that's the type of... Yo, Ricardo Mayorga was an asshole. I remember when he touched Sugar Shane Mosley's wife's butt, I think, or did something. I think it was that, actually. That shit was crazy, yo. Ricardo Mayorga's he's fucking nuts. And I hope we got the right way. Yeah, he's always walking around with the cigarette. Shout out to Zorro de la Vega. My man said, stole the wrench. Bro, came through, brother, and took the wrench, bro. Left me with the tire off the truck. Stole the wrench, left me on the road. Shout out to Zorro de la Vega. Chill. My man said Big Fish Vega in the building. Oh, shit, bro. What the hell? Yeah, man. Fuck, bro. Big Fish Vega. Yeah, I remember my brother. My bad. I was looking at your avatar now. See, on the chat is little, but when I look at it on the screen, it's big. Shout out, salute to El Big Pescado, my man Vega. Yo, Vega, did you matter of fact, nah, matter of fact, I think I got the other one. I think there's a couple of Vega. Wait a minute, Alex Vega? Nah, you ain't Alex Vega. Big Fish Vega. You know, I don't know if y'all change y'all names too, man. My man said Big Fish Vegas. Yeah, Alex. Okay. I was about to say, like, yo, you fought, right? Didn't you fight? Thought you had fought in the Border Wars. Got it in and shit. All right, so obviously the Discord is not going to be super popping. I'm going to have to make a post on the page, man, on YouTube to be able to get you guys in there. Teofimo Lopez, get ready, Hitchins and Kambosos. I think that, we'll probably come back later on, if anything. But if not, got to get these phone lines on, man. Shit. It's fucking phone lines. I'm telling you, bro. We got a small team over here, but we doing it. I'm going to get all this shit in play, man, so we can go ahead and get everybody on. Even though the StreamYard is up there, nobody pays attention to the StreamYard link. It's like, Let me see if I paste it again. Just pasted it again. All right. I'm going to go get out of here then, guys. Listen, appreciate y'all always. Been coming on daily. And just as we constantly develop, right, the program and get shit rolling so we can have everything moving the way it's supposed to be moving. But again, I appreciate y'all too tapping in. That's what we got right now, man. Speedy recovery to Ernesto Mercado. And again, plenty of boxing this weekend, and look forward to the weigh-in show with y'all and everything else that we got going on for the weekend. UFC, I don't know if y'all watch UFC, but your man Marab beat the shit out of Sugar Shane, and that was pretty crazy. Marab's a crazy grappler. To all my UFC, I know a lot of you guys, kind of go in and out between UFC and boxing. I personally like UFC, so I love boxing, right? you could say boxing is like, is the wife. You know what I'm saying? And UFC is like, you know what I mean? Like my most favorite pastime, like doing some Spartan race or some shit. But y'all get what I'm trying to say. All right, man. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I'll be back in a jiffy. Maybe. After I blaze some piffy. Nah, maybe. All right, champs. Champ.